Rico glanced at his watch, then shifted his gaze back toward me. How long are you in town for? Till tomorrow, I said. It's good to see you, May. I was surprised when you said you would come. Why is that? You know, given the circumstance. It's just business, I shrugged, assuring him. Business. You right. He nodded his head. But to be honest, I thought I'd never see you again. So you write books now? Yeah, I do. That's what's up. I have a few stories to tell. Well, just let me know and I'll be glad to help. If it means I get to spend time with you, I'll tell you all my stories. I'll even fly you to Jamaica so we can work. I've always told Rico I wanted to go there, but I still hadn't made it. That wouldn't work for me, I laughed. Just like old times, he smiled. I was sure Rico was delusional. Maybe being away had him believing we were more than what we really were. A young man came over and whispered something in his ear. Hey, May, you remember my son Junior, don't you? Rico said. Junior bent down and waved. Hey. He was like 7 the last time you saw him, Rico said, placing his hand on his shoulder. I smiled and nodded. Hey. Give me a minute, I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere, Rico said before walking off with his son. Jamaica. I've always imagined waking up in a luxury resort, standing on the balcony watching the waves brush against the shore as the sun kissed my face. Having a candlelight dinner in the sand, reminiscing about our time together. Rico returned. I'm sorry, I had to take care of something. Junior funny. He said, Dad, I don't remember her, but she cute. I told him, yeah, son, she's always been fine. He said, but why she got you standing outside the car? You're more than welcome to get in. I chuckled as he got in the car. There went his cologne, drawing me in again. Better? I asked, looking him over. What was I thinking letting him in my car? I've never let another man sit in my car. Ever. But this wasn't just any other man. It was Rico. He called and I come. He had me hellbound. No one had me the way Rico had me. He taught me a lot over the years. How you can love someone more than you love yourself. How you're willing to accept things just to stay connected to that person, even if the things we accept are hurting us. I love Rico. At least I thought I did. Maybe I didn't know what love was at the time, but I'm sure it wasn't a blow to the head. Well, that's the past, and I didn't come to dig it up. At least, not all of it, but I certainly brought my shovel. I couldn't understand for the life of me how he had so much power over me. I was like a puppet being pulled wherever he wanted. I hated it, but I couldn't stop it. Or maybe it was the way he tugged on my strings that made me want him more. I'd catch him staring at me and pretend not to notice, but the little girl in me giggled at the thought of him admiring me. So how have you been? I asked, pretending to care, because at this point, only God knew why I was there. The more I stayed in his presence, the harder it became to remember why I agreed to meet him in the first place. As the awkward silence made its way between us, I took the time to collect my thoughts. Girl, go ahead and ask him. Ask him why he did it. You know, why he left. Ask him why he never called or wrote. He could have at least wrote. Stop it. Nope, I'm not doing that. Stay calm. You sound like a wounded bat. Take a deep breath. You don't want to run him off. You know how men get when they feel they're being questioned. Rico studied my every move. The biting of the lip, the tapping of my fingers, the random shift whenever he got close. I just knew he knew I was nervous. And to think, after all these years, he still had me in a chokehold. His mouth gaped open. You still look the same. Sound the same too. Man, it's crazy. You still smell the same. I could never forget your scent. He stopped talking as if he wanted me to entertain the thought of our last encounter. As tempting as it was, I couldn't think about how my heart stopped when he touched me, or the chills that went down my spine when he ordered me around. No, my focus was elsewhere. He turned to face me. I thought about you. I thought about you a lot, he said. There it is, the opening I needed. That's funny. I didn't receive any letters in the mail. He smirked. Come on now, May. You know that ain't me. I'll give him a pass. He wasn't the type to send letters. He didn't text, let alone talk. We could sit in the car for hours in silence with the music playing softly in the background. I kind of miss that. If you weren't talking about money, it wasn't worth his time. He didn't like to waste time, which was why I was kind of surprised he sat with me so long. Then it happened, which was to be expected. His phone rang. He answered after the first ring. He didn't have to tell me to be quiet. I already knew the drill. I wasn't sure if it was money calling or her. I couldn't tell. His demeanor never changed. I would so hate to be her right now. When I asked him if he was seeing someone, he didn't hesitate to tell me he was. So, do you love her? I asked. You just listened to Rico and May, written and voiced by Star Coburn. Looks like May didn't fold after all. But why did she really come to see Rico? Find out in the next episode. If you enjoyed it, like, share, and comment below.